few years ago, I thought, what if ambitious women stopped competing with each other and we actually started supporting each other? And also, what if we built a room where women like me were able to turn their big dreams into reality? That's how the Sisterhood Conference became a thing, and today I'm going to share the story behind all of the Sisterhood Conference details, why I started it, how it's grown, how it's become the #1 women's conference in Illinois, what this year is going to look like, and everything in between. So, welcome to another episode with Unfiltered with Amber, and today I am going to share with you behind the scenes of everything Sisterhood Conference and tell you some things that maybe I haven't shared on social media about this journey. So if you've ever wanted to be a part of a community with women who want to see you win or find a room where you can turn your dreams into reality, this is an episode for you. So stay tuned. It's going to be a good one, and I'm excited to dive right in. So first thing we're going to do is talk about basically what my life was like before I started hosting the Sisterhood Conference. So, as you all know, I am an entrepreneur. I have multiple other businesses. Sisterhood Conference isn't the only thing that I do. I do business coaching, consulting, speaking, a lot of content creation, a bunch of things, right? But before all of this started, because Sisterhood started in 2021, so before that, I was actually doing fitness coaching. That was like my main business. And I was just diving into entrepreneurship, being a business owner, learning how to scale, making money, being productive with my life and all of that. But I was also a college student. So, being young, being a woman, building businesses, figuring life out, it was kind of difficult because in general, entrepreneurship can be very lonely. It can be hard to find a community of people who genuinely support you, who root you on, who want to help you and actually give you resources and good advice and will go out of their way to make you feel seen and heard and all of that. It was very hard to find that. And I'm sure a lot of entrepreneurs to this day can relate to that. I know I have moments where I can still relate to that, to be honest. And not as much though. I want to reframe that because not as much. I feel like I've done a really, really good job of surrounding myself with really supportive people. So yeah, but I mean, as an entrepreneur, it can be lonely at times, right? And so at that time, I would go to a lot of networking events. I was invited to a lot of different events and got a lot of opportunities at a really young age because of just the people that I knew, also the relationships that I had, and my family and things like that. Okay. So anyways, I built a lot of different connections and had a lot of resources that came out of networking, going to these events. But when I would go to these networking events, I realized that it would be very male dominant in the room. Like I was one of the maybe 3 women in the room. All the other women who would be in the room would be like wives of the husband who's a part of the event or a girlfriend who's just coming to hang out with, her partner or whatever. And I'm not shaming those women because it's like, okay, you're still coming into this room and putting yourself out there and learning, which is great. So I would make it a mission to go and talk to all of these women. And every time that I would talk to the woman in the room, they didn't really say much about their goals and their ambitions and their big dreams. I would be like, I want to do X, Y, Z, and all these big things. And anytime I asked them, what about you? Why are you here? What did you learn? What do you want to do? There really wasn't much. So I would try to drag it out of them. I'm like, come on, there's got to be more than just being a wife or just being a girlfriend. Okay, come on, tell me, what are your bigger dreams? What things do you want to do in this life? Even if it's not starting a business, there is so many other things that you could be accomplishing and wanting to do and wanting to make an impact in the world in other ways. So I realized that there was just a really big lack in finding women connection and women communities, especially back then, 2020, 2021 timeframe. It was really difficult. Now, it being 2026, I feel like women conferences, women events are a lot more common and you see them very frequently, where back then it really wasn't as popular as it is today. So, anytime that I was trying to find a women community back then in 2020, 2021, I felt like it was really hard to find a genuine women's community that supported you, wanted to give you resources, wasn't jealous, was actually really authentic and real and raw and not like fake. It was so hard to find that. So, I realized that there were many other ambitious women out there who had big dreams just like me, right? And even if they didn't know they had them, with conversations I would have, they would end up realizing their potential, right? Like I was able to show them through conversations that I would have, like, there is so many other things that I can do. And I would open up their mindset and reality and show them that there is so many other things out there that I can do besides just doing what you're already doing, right? So I knew that there was an idea, like then in that moment. I was like, okay, what if I just created this room of women, right? Of women who dream big, and I can create a space where women can turn their big dreams into reality without judgment, but in a safe place that feels really authentic, real, with genuine connections, real support, real authenticity, all the good stuff, right? So honestly, selfishly, I created Sisterhood. It was more so something that I wanted and needed, and it turned into, I realized that if I wanted and needed it, I'm sure there's other women out there who want it and need it as well. And I'm so glad that I started Sisterhood, right? So I'm going to talk a little bit about how the conference actually started and the whole story behind that. So my first year of the conference, like I mentioned, was actually in 2021. And it wasn't my first conference, my first Sisterhood conference. It was more of like a gathering in an office space. It was like 10 to 15 girls, and my intention at that time was actually to make this a faith-based event. I wanted to bring together women from all different backgrounds and different religions and bring them together to talk about God and strengthen their relationship with the Lord. That was like something that I felt really, really called to do. And so that was kind of the first point of the gathering that I put together. So I had like 10, 15 girls attend. Most of them were friends of mine or people who just like were following me for quite some time. And, from there, I felt like at that event, it was like a 2-hour event, right? It wasn't anything crazy. And I felt like at that event, it was fun. It was cool. It was great. Don't get me wrong. It was like the first start to everything that now I'm able to do and doing. But all the women in the room wanted to be there and learn more about business from me. They wanted to learn about more of my mindset development, how I earn income, how I was able to scale businesses, how I do XYZ, more like business related and leadership related topics. Now, faith has always been a really huge portion of my life, as you guys probably know based off of some of the podcasts that you've seen or my content on social media, or if you just know me personally, you know that faith is huge to me. And it's a huge reason of why I've been able to accomplish the things that I've been able to accomplish. It's not that I've been able to do it alone. It's, of course, the community and connections with other people, but at the end of the day, it is because of the Lord. So just want to preface that. But anyways, I realized that people wanted to learn about business from me, not so much faith. So I'm like, all right, let me have a business conference. So my first year, 2022, was when I had my first Sisterhood conference. And that year I did it in like a Holiday Inn. I don't even know. It wasn't even like a banquet. It was like a conference room that fit like up to 100 people. I just had 50 attendees. My goal was 50. Selling out. I did sell out 50 attendees. It was a small beginning, right? But 50 attendees, that's a big deal for like your first event, getting people to buy tickets. I had people fly in for a bit for it. Different speakers come in, and like just putting all that together. Year one was probably honestly the hardest year. I feel like every year it gets hard, but like you adjust and I know what to expect. It's just more expenses, honestly, and more production and quality and bettering the experience, where year one, I had no freaking idea what I was doing. So everything was new to me, and I didn't have like someone guiding me and telling me step by step what I needed to do or who I should hire, anything like that. I just had it all on me. So the first year of the conference, it was a small beginning. It was definitely like more than what I envisioned. It was great. The women loved it. Of course, there were a lot of challenges. I remember year one, like the mic quality sucked. And like, I didn't think obviously at that time to really care about the audio quality, because I just thought, okay, a microphone and there's speakers in the ceiling. Like, no, that is not how a conference should work. You should not be using speaker ceilings if there's, a conference being held. But I was on a low budget. I also had no freaking idea what I was doing at that time. And, it was just kind of just had to happen, right? You learn as you go. So there was a lot of surprises throughout the first conference. I learned a lot, but I do feel like the first year, not gonna lie, I'll be fully transparent, it wasn't exactly like who I envisioned in the room. I feel like there were a lot of women who I'm like, okay, they're here just to see what I'm doing and come be a part of this, but it's not necessarily this genuine supportive community of women. There were some there, okay, for sure. I'm not saying like it was just full of people who were there to like lurk, but it was definitely just more like people wanting to see my first event being put together that's public. And so it was like, not the greatest. Then basically what started as just like an idea turned into something very quickly, into something bigger and better every single year. And now women literally from these conferences that I host, they leave with new business partners, they leave with friendships of a lifetime, they leave with confidence, clarity. Like literally I have stories to say that I'll explain later about, business partnerships, people meeting their clients, people meeting friendships, and things like that later on. But basically, it ended up turning into like a space for ambitious women to grow in their business, grow in their leadership roles, grow in their mindset, and honestly, life too, because my whole phrase is you're not meant to do business or life alone. With the Sisterhood community, you have a community that helps do it with you, right? We can do it together. So, kind of going on, I'm going to talk a little bit about what sisterhood actually is and the growth from year one. I'll talk more about that as well in a minute. But, what exactly the Sisterhood is it's a conference that basically brings together women from all different backgrounds, all different industries, all different areas. And I don't even want to say it's a conference or an event. It is literally an experience of a lifetime. It is not your typical event where you come in, you sit down, there's a schedule, and it's speaker after speaker after speaker, and it's just boring, and you leave with just feeling motivated, but then getting nothing really out of it. It is not that type of conference. This conference is a experience of a lifetime. Like, we make it fun. We have really high quality speakers that I vet out every single year to make sure what they are saying on stage is going to be really valuable information that's going to be provided. They're going to really be in alignment with who is in the crowd. And it's just going to be a fun, good time. Like, it's a good vibe. It's a good energy. It's not boring, sit down, like classroom style. It's more, I don't really know how to explain it. It's kind of like a cult. Okay, not really, but it's just a fun community. Like, you have to be there to understand it. And anyone who's been to the Sisterhood Conference since year 2023, 2024, 2025, so for the past 3 years, can definitely say that every conference since then has been a vibe, right? The first year was obviously just like me figuring it out, but from there, every year has been immaculate. Is that the word? I think. I don't know what that means, but I think that means amazing. It's just been good, okay? It's been great, not even good. And it just gets better and better every single year because I'm not going to toot my own horn, but I am for a second. I'm very creative, and I'm also very, I make shit happen. Like, I will make it happen. If I have a vision, it is coming to freaking life, right? And I've been able to do that for each and every single conference, and I'm so thankful I've been able to do that, and I've had a lot of support and help, and, all of the attendees who come obviously are such a big help and support as well in a way. So it's just, I don't know, I'm going off tangent, but it is a vibe, right? So the conference includes speakers coming in from all over the US. We have different panels of women leaders. We have a lot of networking. And it's not just like, oh, go talk about what your name is, where you're from, and what you do, and how you can help one another. No, it's like genuine relationship building, real activities that get you to engage with the attendees. You end up building lifelong, friendships. For example, let me tell you, there is a group of girls who literally met at my conference, and now one of the girls was getting married, and they're like bridesmaids of each other's weddings and bachelorette parties and part of all of this stuff, right? I don't really know them personally, but they met at the Sisterhood conference, and then now they are going to each other's weddings. They're not even just going and invited. They are a part of each other's bachelorette parties and bridal party. That's a big deal. So that is how close people are getting from the conference. Not only that, people are meeting their clients, they're meeting their mentors, they're meeting business partners and starting businesses from this conference. Like, it's amazing what is happening. So we do a lot. We do a lot of like hot seat coaching from, the stage to the crowd. Meet and greets is something new that we're going to start doing. We did a little bit last year, but we're going to do more this year. There's a lot of fun photo opportunities, giveaways. Our giveaways are amazing. We do like so many giveaways. I don't think I've ever seen an event. I don't even think another event exists that does as many giveaways as we do. Like, we have so many, and the women, they will tell you, if they've been at a sisterhood conference, they will tell you this is like one of the most fun parts. People get excited about a freaking pen at the sisterhood conference. I'm not even kidding you. It's just the energy in the room of a giveaway. People love it. And the sisterhood giveaways, we don't just give away pens, okay? We give away cool things like trips, cars, and like fun, exciting things that are coming up this year. So stay tuned for that as well. But yeah, it's just a cool community experience. And also, we partner with a charity every single year, which is one of my favorite things because we give back a certain percentage of ticket sales. So any attendee who is buying a ticket to the conference, whether they know it or not, they're actually donating to a cause and making an impact in people's lives, right? So that is so amazing, and I love that, and I want to make sure I'm giving back and not just doing this conference it's definitely not for myself, it's for you guys to build this community, and it's for sisterhood, like this community, this movement, that's what it's for. But besides that, it's also, I want us to give back because we have something so great that we've been able to build together. I really truly believe we've built this together. I haven't been able to do it alone because I'm just me. Like, me just coming to the venue is not going to do anything. It's everyone else in the room who's there with me that makes it an actual true community. And yeah, it's just so fun being able to like give back as well and make a difference in the world, like all together as a collective. So that's something that we do every single year. And yeah, it's just different, okay? It's like actual transformation, it's real collaborations, it's real impact, it's real influence, and you're also going to learn how to make a crap ton of income by coming to the conference. I promise you that. So, who is the event for? It's literally for anyone, which is the coolest thing. At first, when I planned the Sisterhood conference, I wanted it to be for businesswomen. And as the years go on, we're on year 5 of having our Sisterhood conference, and the attendees in the room are so well versed, and I honestly love it because we have women who are in their 20s, 30s. We have women who are just starting a business. We have women who are scaling their businesses to multi 7 figures. We have women even like who have made $1 billion businesses, which is crazy. We also have women who are in college. We have girls in high school who come with their moms or their grandmas. So we have people from like all around, which is amazing. It's very inclusive. It's very fun. And also, men are invited too. I know it's called sisterhood, but we believe in brotherhood too, okay? So the men are invited as well. Some women bring their husbands, they bring their business partners, they bring their brother, their dad, whatever it is, you definitely can, okay? So that's another opportunity. It's not just for women, it's also for men. And we encourage men to come. We want you to understand what sisterhood is about, and also the topics that we teach at the conference aren't just related to women, it's also can be applicable to men. Okay, even though it's like a women's conference, men are allowed. Don't worry, we're not gonna like, be these like huge feminists. It's not like that. It's definitely not like that. Okay. So that's that, but like the type of woman that I want there, besides, demographic and where you're at in your business and your life, it's not really about that. Whether you're working a 9 to 5 or you have a business, you're still allowed to come and it's still going to benefit you. But it's for women who, want stronger confidence. They want to step into leadership roles. They want real, genuine, raw connection. They want to grow not only in their career or their business, but also in their mindset and in their life, whether they're a wife, whether they're a mother, whether they're a sister, whether they're a business owner, whether they're a CEO to a company, whatever it is, just growth in general, right? So you don't really need a business to attend. Many women just simply come because they want to grow in some way, shape, or form, whether it's business, life, mindset, all the above. So let me tell you a little bit about how the Sisterhood Community and Conference has grown. So now we're going to be on our 5th year, which is insane, but so exciting. And we've impacted hundreds of women who come in from all over the US. and Mexico and Canada, which is so cool. And I'm pretty sure there's going to be women coming from all over the world very soon. We have different sponsors and vendors that are not only women-owned businesses. Majority of our sponsors and vendors are women-owned businesses, but we still do allow men to sponsor and be vendors. We encourage it, of course, as long as you support the community and the mission and vision. But we have different sponsors who come in and they have booths. They can, share basically and showcase what their business does, provide value to the attendees. Again, we're very selective with not only our speakers, but also our sponsors. We want to make sure it's a good fit, not just, I don't want to just take your money. I don't care about that. Like, cool, if you could pay me to have a booth, awesome. But like, that's not the point. I want to make sure the sponsors we have in the room are selected and vetted and actually going to be beneficial for not only the sponsor and their business, but also the attendees. My whole goal for the Sisterhood Conference is to make it the best experience for a ticket holder who is there. So I make sure of that in every way, from the moment you park in the parking lot to the moment you enter into the venue, to the moment you sit to your seat, and to the moment you leave and get back into your car. Like, I make sure it is a good experience all around. Okay, so it's grown. It's definitely grown into a very, I've even been told it's like a cult. Like, literally, I've been told that. That's why I said that earlier. Like, it's not in a negative way. It's more just like a girl gang, It's like I don't know why I'm using these terms, cult and gang, but like, it really is. Like, this community is so different than anything else I've ever seen out there. It's super strong, super loyal. They're like diehard sisterhood. Like, yeah, I don't even know what else to say. It's just like sisterhood or nothing. So at the event, there's a lot of memorable moments. Women meet their business partners, like I mentioned. They meet their best friends. A lot of women also want to speak on stage. So there's opportunities. I love when my attendees come and attend, and then later on, after attending and experiencing the sisterhood, cause and like what it is in the movement, then they come and pitch me to want to come and speak at my event. I love when that happens, because it's like, you attended, you know what it's like, and now you can pitch me and explain why you think you would be a good fit for coming and speaking on my stage. So basically, there's like a ton of opportunities from attending the Sisterhood Conference, not only from meeting community and gaining a ton of value from tactical information from the speakers and sponsors, and just a lot of value in general, but also a lot of opportunity that can come with it, whether it is, starting businesses, working together, whether it's with me or as one of the attendees, also speaking on stages and getting that opportunity to speak in front of, hundreds and hundreds of women, and not just women, but attendees who are coming to the conference. So yeah, I'm going to go over a little bit about what this year's conference is going to look like. I'm really excited about it. It's different, and like I mentioned, it's bigger and better every single year. This year, we are expecting around 500 attendees, which is insane, but it's going to happen. You guys are going to make it happen. I already know it's going to be the best one yet, which happens every single year, but anyways. So this year, our venue is at the Belvedere Banquets. We have a new venue this year, a bigger one, because we outgrew our last venue, which is really exciting and just good news, right? So that's kind of what that looks like. And day one, what we do, this is a 2-day event. So day one, what we do is a VIP kickoff party. And we do different themes every single year. So this year, our theme is an evening in white. And we're also doing a movie premiere. So one of our sponsors is actually a producer for this film of like women business owners. I don't want to share too much because you have to be there in order to see the movie, but it's going to be a good one. And yeah, it's basically going to be an evening in white. Everyone dresses in white. We'll have red carpets. We're going to have VIP networking experiences. You're going to have luxury experiences. Like last year, we had Botox available for free. We had massages, facials, tooth gems. I literally still have my tooth gem on. We have permanent bracelets, henna, like all these fun activities and stuff. I don't know necessarily yet what we're going to have this year, but we're going to have luxury experiences similar to that. And then just a bunch of like mastermind discussions with high-level women and attendees, not just women. I don't want to like make it only women, but it is a women's conference. So high-level women who are going to, really, really challenge you and help you in multiple different ways. So day one is more of an intimate setting. We have less people. We cap at, a certain amount of tickets, which is less than half of what our main day is. We like to keep it intimate, small, but it's a great opportunity for attendees to get to know what they're kind of getting themselves into a night prior. It's just fun. It's like a little reception cocktail hour type of thing. There's of course going to be some like light bites and food and a bunch of different vendors as well that are going to provide like matchas, coffees, ice cream, dessert, and like fun things. Okay, that's my favorite part. So yeah, it's going to be a good time. We've done different themes in the past, like pajama parties, red carpet galas. We've done CEO wellness day nights with Pilates. So this year is an evening in white with our movie premiere. So super excited for that. You have to get a VIP ticket in order to attend that. And with your VIP ticket, you also get admission to general admission day. Or you can just get a general admission golden ticket for the main day. So the main day, what we're doing, I don't have the whole agenda and I'm not going to tell you guys yet, and I probably wouldn't tell you either way yet unless you get a ticket, so you're going to want to get one. But we have different speaker sessions, different speakers talking about different topics related to business, marketing, social media growth, even AI and technology and how the world is advancing with that, and also like learning more of how you can adapt. We have different panels of women who play multiple different roles in their life and how they handle whether it's being a mother and a business owner, or whether it's being chronically ill and also owning multiple businesses, or if it's, having a passion project but also working a 9 to 5 while also having a side hustle. Like, there's women who come from all different backgrounds doing multiple different roles and holding multiple different hats, which is really cool. So they're going to come in and talk about different topics that I will not be necessarily like able to relate to, which is a good thing because it's like me, I'm not a mom, I'm not a wife, I'm not, a model, I'm not an influencer full time, so I can't really talk about those topics where these women they can come in and talk about those topics. And also there's different age ranges. So there's going to be women who are like around my age or younger. There's going to be women in their 30s and 40s, women like 50 plus on the panel. So it's kind of cool because then the woman from the crowd can actually relate to the panel in some way, shape, or form, because I'm not going to be relatable to every single person in the crowd, but this panel, in some way, shape, or form, they'll be able to relate, which is going to be really cool. We're going to have different workshops, panels, like I said, a lot of networking, like solid networking, not just like awkward networking. This is going to be collaborative, fun, exciting activities, a lot of coaching opportunities to get yourself out there, to talk about your business, to talk about your ideas, to turn your big dreams into reality and meet the people that are going to help you turn those big dreams into reality. Activities, just like a life-changing experience, like I mentioned. And there's going to be surprises, okay? Last year I did a dance entrance, so like, don't underestimate me. It is going to be good, okay? And we have a different venue. We have a whole production team, a media team. It is like scaling, okay? This isn't just like a fun passion project for me anymore. This is one of my businesses that I own, a baby that I've turned into a like full-time thing, right? Like, this is crazy. I do this on top of multiple different things, but this is like an actual business and I treat it that way, and it is also an experience with hundreds of women's lives that are being impacted. So I really, really hold this like heavily on my heart and try to make it the best that I possibly can for all of you. Okay, so there's going to be really good speakers. I don't want to name like who they're going to be yet because I'm going to announce them slowly throughout the weeks, and you can check it out on my social media platforms as well. I'm announcing the speakers week by week, but in the previous years, we've had speakers like Shelby Sapp, who is the girl who owns a sales agency with millions of followers, and she's the girl who does like those TikTok videos in her pink Porsche. Now she has a pink G-Wagon and a pink Rolls Royce that's like all glitzed out and like glammed out. Super cool. She was super sweet. We also had speakers like Caitlin Reagan. If you guys don't know who that is, she's like a TikToker who her and her boyfriend used to make videos on TikTok. Her boyfriend unfortunately passed away from cancer a few years ago, and she kind of, just recently got back, not recently, probably a few years ago, got back into content creation, and that's what she does full time, just documenting her journey of grief and also, building herself up as a woman and being a really strong woman. She is the sweetest soul ever. To this day, I absolutely adore her. We've had women who, are women who've been in pageants, but also in the Navy. We have women who have, billion-dollar portfolios in real estate. We have women who have multi-seven, almost eight-figure businesses. So, we have done it all. Like, really, we have amazing speakers. And this year, I have locked in some really big names, like founders of companies that every one of you probably knows what it is, especially you girls. You definitely know these brands and these companies. And I have the founders of these companies coming in and talking about how they started a business, like literally in their living room, to now being multi-million-dollar businesses that are being sold. And yeah, it's just cool things, okay? Like cool things. I can't share too much, but it's going to be incredible. And it's just a really high energy room, a high energy vibe, real powerful connections. And, I really want to invite you all to come to this event and experience it for yourself, because me talking about this, it doesn't do it any justice. Like, you have to be in the room to experience it. And you can even reach out to attendees you've seen in the past, whether it's your friends or just people maybe you're connected with who have gone. Like, I don't feel any type of like, oh, you have to ask specific people, because they'll say good things. Like, I know any person you ask is going to say positive things. Like, I know it for a fact. And if they don't say a positive thing, then they're not the right fit for the room. And that's totally okay. So, like, feel free, go look at the social media pages, go check it out online. Right now, I'm really, really excited for it. And it's coming up August 8th. Okay, so August 8th is the main day. August 7th is the VIP night. So if you've been craving, a room where women genuinely, geez, I couldn't even say that, a room where women genuinely support each other, where you feel, you leave feeling a lot more clear, a lot more confident, a lot more connected, then this is the room that you want to be in. And I want you there. I want to see you all. I want to hug you all. I want to talk to you all and provide as much value as I can and help you guys turn your big dreams into reality, because any dream you have is not too big. It's definitely possible to turn into a reality as long as you're in the right room, surrounded by the right people who uplift you, help you, want to support you, root you on, give you the resources and connections and tactical information that's going to help you grow. And that's what you're going to get in the Sisterhood Conference and within the Sisterhood community, right? So tickets are officially live, and you can grab them at sisterhoodcommunity.org. All the information will be listed down below in the bio as well, or the description. And you can use the code. If you're a podcast listener, I'm giving you guys an additional discount, okay? So right now, they're actually early bird prices, but all my podcast listeners are going to get an additional 30% off if you enter in the discount code podcast, okay? So there's limited seats. There's limited seats every single year. This year we're capping at 500, and it sells out every single year, and it's going to sell out again this year. I'm saying that here, so it's going to happen. So snag your ticket as soon as possible. Sooner you do it, the better deal, because prices will raise each and every single month slightly, so it's better to do it now. And again, this event only happens annually. It happens once a year, so this is really your opportunity to snag it while you can, while tickets are available. And yeah, I hope to see you all in the room for the 2026 Sisterhood Conference, our 5th annual year of doing this. And yeah, I can't wait. Bye.